It's gorgeous out. Let's pop some ducks.
This is the Upduck Podcast, a blend of upland and waterfowl hunting. Tune in as your hosts, Tyler Beaton, Jeff Ludicky, Matt Jeske, chat about training dogs and share their bird hunting stories, tactics, and strategies.
It does. This does need to be a shorter episode because it has been wild and crazy here. So, gentlemen,
it is upon us.
Yeah, duck season is here. And we're just on the precipice, I think, of it potentially getting better and good. So,
well, we're off to a pretty good start so far.
True. I've had some good hunts this year.
Yeah, we're not even a week in.
Yeah, true. So, anyway, gentlemen, what is happening tonight?
Matt?
Not much. Boat's hooked up for tomorrow. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's going out tomorrow. Jeff and I just got in from a hunt. So that's why we got to keep it short here. We need to be in bed. We got to get to sleep. So shut up.
Yep. Matt's got to sleep. I got to go clean some ducks after this too.
Yep. There's that.
Yep.
There's that piece too. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. It's hot and heavy. I got to pull out the GoPro and see what kind of footage we got too. No idea.
Oh,
Absolutely
and
not.
I just got my replacement DJI camera is here. And I have a floaty case that I bought with it as well.
Floaty case.
I'm not having another boat incident where it falls off the boat and sinks to the bottom of the river instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm hunting, I can take the floaty case off. But if I'm trying to get footage while I'm driving the boat, the floaty case is going to be going on it.
Smart move. Very smart move. How much is the floaty case?
I think it was like $20.
Oh, wow.
That's like $400 cheaper than the camera, Jeff.
Yep. Well, considering when the camera is $350 and then the mount that goes with it was $50. Yeah, $400.
Yeah.
I didn't just lose the camera; I lost the $50 suction mount that was with it.
That's right. It's
hilarious, man.
Oh, and there was a gooseneck on the suction cup mount, so that's another $20, I think, right there.
There's my 400.
We're over 400 now.
Yeah,
400. Yeah. So it's too bad you didn't have that tonight, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. We've had a lot going on. So today is Tuesday, October 7th, right? This past Saturday was the opener in the South Zone for the state of Wisconsin. Matt, did you partake in any hunts this weekend?
Sunday.
No
No ducks.
ducks.
But it was a successful bring my child out hunting evening. So that was awesome.
That was
so. It was a quick walk-in evening type hunt.
Yeah, so I sold it as a hike because Tommy loves hiking. So it was like 3/4 of a mile to this back pond that my neighbor scouted out on Friday night, and he said there's wood ducks in the hole, which I kind of figured they weren't going to be there just because I'm not that lucky. But he said there's a ton of doves flying around. So I was like, well, worst case is we just have a hike and then come back. But as soon as I got down to the pond and checked it out, I kind of scouted out where the doves were flying. Hit up along they did like a ton of like brush clearing, so there's big brush piles that you could put your back up against and kind of use as a backstop for shadows and stuff. And then I put out one teal spinner just right out on the dirt, kind of where they're flying. And I mean, like I told Jeff before we started, I had the nervous shooting for the first couple because all I wanted to do was drop one. Like all I wanted to do was hit one. And of course it's dove, so like it was extra challenging. Knocked that first one down and then had a couple other successes as well. And he was so jazzed about it. So, like I told Jeff, other than the stinging nettles that he got in contact with on the walk out, he was a trooper and absolutely loved it. So I think we're going to be doing that Thursday afternoon as well. So hopefully the weather doesn't push these doves out, but I was telling Jeff, there's a lot of cedar trees they were living in and a lot of corn on this one public spot. So they might not move. We'll see.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I can't believe you got into, what was it? Stinging nettles, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. he had a little trip there, and he's like, my legs are itching. He's scratching them. We're like, what could you have? He followed me in. You're right behind me, and Kelly was behind him, and he just fell like right when he had to cut through this tall grass. And like that's the only place it could have happened because it's a mowed path for like 95% of the way out there. Used the wipe and kind of cleaned it up and told him if he'd stop itching and we'll be all right. Sat him up on a bucket, and then the action kind of started there. So it was a ton of fun.
That's awesome. Dubs are so much fun. They really are.
Yeah.
And then when you can get your kids involved, it's even better. It's like if you're in a good spot, I'm making an analogy here, but it feels like you're fishing off a dock for bluegill, right? You're like, it's fast action. There's a lot to do. You're not going to sit there and get bored.
Yeah, which we did Sunday morning. So he had quite a Sunday, actually. We were catching bluegills on Sunday morning and then shooting doves Sunday night. So it was awesome.
Man, he's gonna be a future influencer. I can feel it in the outdoors.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you chose not to go out on the opener, right? Or opening weekend
opener. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So explain that rationale to me again, or to all.
There's too many idiots out there, so okay. I am one of those people. Yeah, I have no desire to take my boat out at 10 o'clock in the evening the night before, sit out there and then see probably no ducks, which was the overwhelming response from people at work who hunted a good 50-mile stretch of the river. So I think I won. I think I won out. Mm-hmm. So save the gas money, Yep.
Did you had, based on your scouting, everything that you'd been seeing though, you had a feeling there weren't going to be very many ducks out either?
No, I went Friday morning in the Iowa northern area, zone, and there was as few ducks as I saw, the previous week when it was our opener. So I didn't think a lot changed. 90-degree days, 70-degree nights. Not a solid weather start for the birds. So yeah, I wasn't really interested in going out.
So is it open season on both sides of the river now?
No, not till my zone. It's so confusing. My zone reopens on Saturday. But then Sunday is the closer for southern Wisconsin. And then it's the closer for central Iowa. And then a week after that, it's all back open again on the 18th.
Gotcha.
So yeah, kind of have to bounce around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I think before the season started, you had mentioned that you could find a spot.
Yeah.
Somewhere that was open through both of these splits.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So I'll be in Wisconsin tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. And Friday. We'll see.
Coming over on the good side of the river.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's the good side tomorrow. Wasn't the good side apparently on Saturday morning for somebody across the wall from me at work. So,
well, I mean, we've got colder weather pushing in here. So,
yeah. Hoping so. I mean, anything could move better now. So
yeah, north winds, right? I think I saw a report that tonight is supposed to be like, turn your lights off so you don't affect all the migratory birds that are going to be flying through the air tonight.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, Jeff,
we'll see. It's always like sparrows though, or whatever the list was.
I know. Jeff, turn your lights off. Okay.
Turn them off. They're off.
Turn them off. Make sure they're off. Make sure they're off.
Yeah.
Birds are crashing into my house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard because last year there were so many teal around.
There's nothing.
No, they had. It's like they had a good hatch, and it's like they didn't have a good hatch this year. It doesn't feel like we had the weather to push them out per se. I mean, it's been hot, and you were shooting large amounts of teal, Matt, like way into October, weren't you? Like late October.
Yeah, last year for sure. A lot of blue wings through October, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
Tonight we didn't see a single blue wing. Just nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of wood ducks, which I wouldn't mind seeing tomorrow morning about 6:39. So that'd be nice, but I don't know.
Yeah, the wood duck numbers seem to be up.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty popular. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, we did just release the first migration reports, right? Yesterday, and the reports from around the state, just wood ducks were the thing that everybody is seeing.
Yeah.
So, it was noted. Someone mentioned that it seems like they had a good hatch. the spring.
Yeah, that's believable.
Yeah,
for sure.
So what are your expectations for tomorrow's hunt, Matt?
Zero expectations.
What's your expectations?
Pretty much scouting for Friday morning when I take Tommy out again with my dad. I'm going to see if the spot that I usually park at and hunt, there's a giant pool of water behind it usually. I'm really hoping a lot of the lily pads died out because I would just hunt that. Like that's where birds like to fly over. Some like to land there. I'll just see what it's like. I don't know. I got a new headlamp, so looking to try that out, test it out tomorrow morning, see how it goes. So,
ooh, a new headlamp. We love new toys around here.
Amazon special, yeah.
Ooh, like $17.
No, it was like 40, but it's the brightest headlamp I've ever owned. Like, probably don't need to turn the lights on the boat.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, real bright.
All right. Is it rechargeable battery one or is it a?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now we're
talking. The special Chinese 3.7 volt or whatever that standard battery is.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So wheat. Sweet.
You've been goose hunting, if I'm not mistaken, at least on and off.
I did. I went out on well, Jeff and I went out on a goose hunt that was a bust, unfortunately.
Yes.
Like a total bust. That was before. When was that, Jeff?
Yeah.
Toward the end of September.
It was right after teal closed.
Was it after teal closed? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, mid to late, like 3/4 of the way through September-ish, right?
Yeah.
And we got an invite. So Jeff got to put his rig out there and spin some silos, and we put about 300 silos and socks in a cornfield, and every single flock of geese landed in a field that was like 1.5 miles away. That's where they all went. Pretty much all.
That'll happen. Yeah.
Yep. Wait, I take it back. We had 2 birds. We broke off 2 birds from a flock that came over, and they were not 100% sold, and they were like 40 yards up, and they got straight over the top of us, and those silos disappeared, and they said, "See ya." So, yeah. It's been that one wasn't so great. Then I got invited to go to one like 6 days later, in a cut. Like, was it a wheat field? Winter wheat field? I don't know. They've been stacking up in there, and I got invited to go and lay out in a layout blind, and that was a really fun hunt too. I think we shot like 8 geese between 5 guys. One guy was handling dogs first, instead of shooting, so he was shooting second, and so it was really like 4 guys essentially. And I mean, the fog was thick, but the birds that did it right, like right in your face. Been posting some of that content on social media for everybody to see, and it was fun when the birds do it right and cup up. And I mean, they were like 2 feet off the ground when we're calling the shot. So it's like, it's just fun to watch the show. I think we probably we'd have shot more birds if the fog wasn't as thick as it was. We probably didn't see a bunch of birds that we could have tried to work in. So, but it was interesting because I guess they've been stacking up in that field, but none of the bigger groups wanted to get into our spread. We were just breaking birds off from birds that were flying around us. Yeah. And then in like 2s, 3s, and 4s. So that was a fun hunt though. So, and then it was a break until the opener.
Right. Yeah.
Saturday. So
the opener was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some fun.
Yes. 10 minutes of chaos.
10 minutes of chaos. That's exactly what it was.
So
yeah.
Jeff, why don't you tell the story, Jeff? Tell the story.
Well, there's a little hole that I know of that I've been keeping pretty close to the hip over the last couple of years. I actually found it pheasant hunting. That's a beautiful thing about pheasant hunting. You put on so many miles and you explore so many different areas that you otherwise wouldn't. You find things, right? You stumble upon things. And I had found this little hole and marked it and was keeping an eye on it. And the last couple of years have realized that the wood ducks just stack up inside of this little hole. And what did you measure it out at, Tyler? It was like 90 yards long by like 20 yards wide.
95 yards long, and at its widest point, it's about 22 yards wide, but it gets narrower the further down you go.
Yeah. So it's a very small hole. It's surrounded by oak trees. So there's a lot of acorns that drop into the water. Like it's a perfect spot for wood ducks. So Tyler and I had scouted it on Thursday.
Yep.
Thursday evening, and we bumped a bunch of birds out of there. Decided to give it a go, and yeah, they put on a show for us real early in the morning. It was a lot of fun. It was fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
And this hole is like down and surrounded by trees, so it's extra dark in there. So you don't hear them until coming at all. You don't see them until they're about 10 feet off the water, and it's like boom, they're just right there in front of your face.
So it definitely was like water swat central, but it pretty much has to be, right? I mean, we shot a few in the air, but how fast those things drop down into that hole, it's like by the time you get your gun up, they landed, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically shoot one on the water and try to knock a couple other down as they get up. So it was a hell of a time.
It was crazy. I mean, they were, birds were on the water, and then they were flopping around, and we're like, okay, people were like finishing them, and people were like, I shot that one and that one, and they were like, we had 4 people total in the group, and there were multiple people claiming that they had shot 3 birds when I think they were just water swatting the same bird. And so it was like, okay, wait. Stop. We gotta count this whole thing.
We had to stop. Yeah.
We did.
Yep.
We stopped, or we would have shot a 4-man limit, I think.
Yeah. And we were at 9 when we stopped.
Correct. Yes.
So yeah, had we kept going and didn't lose track of our numbers, I mean, it was just chaos. How could you not lose track of what we were doing? But we did the responsible thing and stopped and made sure we had a solid count on our birds. And we were at 9. And then we only got 1 after that. Yep. So, and there was ducks trying to land in the pond while Mac was in the water retrieving ducks. So we would have definitely shot a 12.
Yep. Yeah. And that was the thing. It's like we had to stop and count, and we had belly up birds, and there were like 7 birds on the water. And we're like, okay, we got to pick up and count and everything. And it's like, we got to go. We're like 10 minutes into legal shooting lights. And then one guy had waders. A friend of ours had waders. And I was like, hey, go start picking up too, because otherwise we're going to be here a long time waiting to pick up that many birds with the dog. But I mean, Mac picked up 5 birds, like as he picked up 2, and it's like, okay, this one, there's that. And then, and then it was quiet. After that. It was really like the first 15 minutes when everything happened. And then it was just one solo bird that Jeff stalked on the other side of the pond.
That was a good time.
That was funny. Yeah. That was
some
funny.
Rambo shit out of my hat and snuck up on one.
There you go.
Yeah. And Matt, you went out with Jeff last year, right? You and Jeff on a hunt. Did he get out of the boat and go for a walk on that hunt?
Yeah, he had an unsuccessful sneak on that hunt.
Okay.
There's a reoccurring theme here, huh?
I realized, I literally realized tonight, I've never been on a waterfowl hunt with Jeff where he has just sat in the blind in the boat the entire time. There's always one point in time where he's going to get up and go for a walk.
Yeah,
he's gonna get a guy. Like I get that's just got to move, man.
He's gonna go for a walk. It's great. It's hilarious.
Hey, it worked out for me today.
Yeah. Oh, it did. But no, that woody hunt, to put a bow on that too. We had a couple people. We had 2 people had to leave early, which was fine. When the second guy left, he was like, we're like, oh, can you wait 5 more minutes? No, I got to go right now. Okay, whatever. So he like gets up to walk out, and 3 birds are gonna dip in right then and there, and it's like, oh, that was it right there. That was our,
Mhm.
you know,
Always happens like that.
That was our
yeah, all
12.
that like that. Yep. Yep. So that was, I mean, it's fine. It was a great hunt. It was an awesome hunt.
Yeah, it's such a
So,
unique, like it's such a different experience in those little
Yeah.
holes like that with wood ducks because it's, we had 6 decoys, but honestly, we probably wouldn't even have needed any. We had 6
Right.
decoys. You're not really calling, like maybe a little bit here and there, but you're
it
not
was the
working birds, right? It's just you're in the spot that they want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the X. We were on the X, right? I mean,
Exactly.
that's
Yep.
yeah. So that was great. And then that was awesome. Matt got I got to write it down. I got to see what his count is at because he's got to beat last year's number. I got to go back and look at what last year's number was, not counting Oklahoma because that's like multiplier. But just duck season in Wisconsin. And then we went out tonight, Jeff, on a whim, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You
Well,
wanted-
we were in between Tuesday or Wednesday, so
Yeah. I have the Okayest Hunter watch party for our show debut tomorrow, so I couldn't go tomorrow. And you're like, okay, fine, we'll go tonight. But I got a text today. You're like, yeah, it's a bluebird day, right? The cold front is actually, it's going to get real cold tonight. So we'll probably won't see any birds until like legal shooting light's done. And then I'll just start dumping into our decoys.
I did say that. There's a
Yeah.
text to prove it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Most of the time, that's what happens to me. So tonight
Right.
was
Mhm.
definitely an exception to that.
Yeah. So, Jeff, give us the scoop.
Me again?
Yeah.
I'm the storyteller tonight here, or what?
I don't know. Matt, who should be the storyteller?
We'll go Tyler this time because it was your dog that was out there today.
Oh
Was it
yeah,
not?
that's a big
That
thing.
was-
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll set the stage for this. Tyler showed
That's
up in the driveway, and he goes, "Jeff, I have a surprise for you." And I kind of had a feeling I knew what it was, but all of a sudden, a little black female dog came running out of the truck. Not what I'm used to when I'm hunting.
No.
Tyler.
No.
No.
Ren's
So yeah.
first proper hunt.
Yes, it was her first proper hunt. So she was gassed up and fired up, and I needed to get her out because she's coming into heat, and once she does, her season's going to be done. So
Mhm.
for a multitude of reasons, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take her right now. The Matt can stay home. He's still moany groany a little bit about over last Saturday. Actually, he worked hard. He was acting like a 3 or 4-year-old dog, just bouncing around like crazy. So I took her, and I would like. There's just going to be things that pop up that you got to work through, which is fine. We can talk about those, but she'd been on Jeff's boat before, knew the boat ride, was all fired up. Figured out where to be in the boat. Figured out how to poke her head out and watch, which was also great.
Mhm.
Realized the first mistake I made was when we were throwing decoys out because she was in the blind or whatever. You can't just pick her head up. She's hearing the splash and she's like picking her head up and looking and like basically marking the decoys. I needed to have her out like swimming around in the decoys.
Mm.
That's I should know better. Didn't, but that's okay. Right, figure it out. Oh,
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Jeff.
Oh, that might have explained the first little blunder that she had, possibly because there was a bunch of decoys out there that she had marked.
Yeah, she swam right to him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the bird was on the other side, backside of him. Fine, totally fine, right?
Mhm.
But I mean, she did great. Would she pick up 6 out of the 7 ducks? I think that we shot, right?
There you go.
Or that we brought home. So yeah, she did great. Lots to learn, lots to train up on. What I'm training, right? There's decoys out there, but it's just different on a hunt. And
Mhm.
until a dog experiences that, they just have to get acclimated and get comfortable. And for her, it's always just a mental game.
Yeah.
So I should have had her out, swim around and all that stuff. But she was steady, right? She was steady. And it's not like birds hit the water and we were like, I was sending her. It's like, no, we got more birds in the air. We're going to wait. and we waited sometimes for 10 or 15 minutes. She was steady. Her head is peeking out from underneath the canopy or the cover over the light bar in the front of Jeff's boat. But then I just get her back inside. We're blowing on the calls, and she's the one thing. We have birds working us, and she's like spinning in a circle in the front there and like rocking the boat a little bit. And it's like Jeff's like, "Ren, stop moving." I was like, "Ren, sit down."
Gave her a little slap on the butt there.
A little bit, yeah. I didn't have the controller. I had it set on the ground. So it was, but she did great, right? She did great for her first hunt. We had a lot of birds, as Jeff said. There were a lot of birds like open water right in front of her, which was great. We trapped 3 woodies in one pass, so that was fun for her to experience and have to work through. But I don't know, Jeff, thoughts?
No, I thought she did awesome. Much better than I would have been expected, I guess, or anticipated. I haven't seen Ren work a whole lot. The last time I saw Ren out in the field was in her Iowa pheasant hunting trip, and she was licking quite a few boots during that trip. So I guess I didn't really know what to expect, but I thought she did great. She was quiet. She handled herself nice. Like, that was awesome. Couldn't really ask for a whole lot more.
She was quiet. She was composed. She didn't break. I mean,
you're giving her directionals, like a bunch of whistles. Like she did great.
Yep. Just one time I did have to give her one big correction because she was ping ponging back and forth, and it's like, no, stop and take the cast I'm giving you. And just boom, go. So no, it was good. But Jeff, we got to talk about the hunt. We're talking about the dog. What about the hunt? What about the hunt?
The hunt was fun. Yeah, we were kind of mentioning this to Matt too beforehand. It seems like, at least around here in the marshes that we hunt in, it seems like the most success happens like the day before these weather events occur, right? Like these cold fronts or these big storms that come in. Like the day before always seems to be the best. And tonight was no exception to that. So I mean, we got out there. What time did we get out there, Tyler? Like 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah.
And at that time, like you don't really anticipate birds working at 4:45 in the evening, but they wanted into the hole that we were in while we were setting up. So we got all the decoys set up. We flipped the blind over, and it didn't take long before we had one mallard that broke off from a pack of 3 and did it perfect, was kind of just hovering right up in front of us. And I dropped that, and Ren got her first official retrieve of the season. And after that, it was really just kind of like a slow trickle of birds. Every 5-10 minutes, we were working birds.
Yeah.
A lot of mallards, which was cool. I mean, blowing on the duck call quite a bit for the mallards. They're weary. I'm
still out of breath.
Circling around and circling around and circling around, and couldn't decide where they wanted to land, doing mallard things, but we were able to break some off and drop some. That was fun. Those 3 wood ducks. Yeah, was there 3 that came in, or I think maybe it was 4 or 5
that came in? No, it was more than that.
Yeah, there was a pretty good sized group of wood ducks just did it right in front of us.
It might have been. I had no idea. I was like monkeying with something, and Jeff's like, on the right, here they are. And I was like, what?
I just started shooting.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll stand up and start shooting too. So
so we got 3. That was fun.
Yeah. We had, I mean, we probably, it's not like we didn't see like a ton of birds. It's not like there's a ton of birds there. But the birds we did see were working in our direction because we were realistically like 150 yards from the X where they wanted to be.
Sure.
That maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were close to where they wanted to be.
Yep.
And so working them. And then it was like, can we get them to like really like break off of that spot, they would get to like 50 yards from us, but not quite, like they just couldn't quite give us a look.
Mm-hmm.
A good look. They were aware of where we were, but they wanted into that other spot real bad.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we probably, had we been over there, we would have shot our 8 mallards real quick. But we ended up, we dropped 9. and then we lost 2. So couldn't recover 2 of them, but we wasn't for lack of trying. We definitely tried to find those other 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was, we were scouring with the dog. Just, it was
with headlamps, like well after shooting light ended, trying to find these 2 birds. So
we happened to sail the last 2. I don't understand the one. I don't understand the one, but yeah.
Yeah, you said you helicoptered that thing, and you heard them. It just splat in the mud.
Yep.
But nowhere around.
No, I mean, there's some thick spots. I mean, we covered that thing between you and me, Jeff, and the dog, and we just, I don't know.
Nope.
It was wild. But
well, the thing, like that stuff happens, right? And then people need to understand that happens. It's just really, did you put in a good, solid effort to find that bird, right? And if you did, then that's okay. That's just part of it, and that's going to happen. There's really not a whole lot you can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, we were looking for at least 30 minutes after legal shooting light ended.
Yeah.
So,
there's really not a whole lot more you can do.
No, I mean, I got home like 15 minutes before this podcast was supposed to start.
It was a hell of a boat ride out, though. It was beautiful. That moon, holy cow!
Yeah, the moon was awesome Sunday when we walked out because it was the night before the full moon. So we walked out at dusk. It was beautiful out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then before we hit record, I said that was maybe the funnest hunt I've ever been on in the state of Wisconsin, because it was just like constant action for like 90 straight minutes.
And an evening hunt on a Tuesday.
On a bluebird, sunny, beautiful day. It's like 65 degrees and sunny. The slight breeze out of the north, and I mean,
and the fact that we had mallards working, that's a good time.
Cool. That was so cool. They were they were. I have mad respect for guides that have to blow on the duck call for like 15 minutes working. 15 or 20 minutes working a giant group of mallards, because I was
for like 10 hours a day, 60 plus days a year.
Yes.
Me and Tyler both were like, our calls sound so much worse because we're just like exhausted and out of breath. The call just like kept getting progressively worse sounding as we went.
Yeah. It was like Jeff's like, I'm losing the raspiness out of when I'm blowing on the call. I'm like, I'm going. At this point, I've watched a number of calling videos. I'm going for like the Rusty Creasy, where he's just gives the hut, and he's like, he doesn't worry about the rasp into it. It's just hut. And it was, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm telling myself right now.
Yeah.
Because I can't do much more.
Yeah.
But they needed it. Those birds they'd come down and pick up and come down and pick up, and they're just sitting there circling over and over and over and over. Couldn't really decide where they wanted to go. And it seemed like we'd get them on a string just right at us. And then they'd kind of flare off right on the edge and try to get into that other hole. And they would just do that over and over and over. But hey, we did good. We ended up with, what did we get back? 3 mallards, 3 wood ducks, and a teal.
Yep, green wing
teal.
The one
two that we lost were mallards too, which hurts. That hurts. Yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah,
big time. I'm gonna be lose sleep over that though. So, the one that sailed on you, Jeff. That was gonna be a tough recovery.
Yeah,
a real tough.
It sailed pretty far, and it was just real thick grass and cattails, and
even with a good mark, that makes it really hard.
Oh it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean So I thought for sure we're going to recover the one that I had dropped. I mean, it had dropped behind us on the mud flat. There was tall stuff. We had tall cover, back cover behind us, and I didn't see exactly where it landed. Right, I didn't have a great mark on it, like general area, and it's the flat is only so big. But man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, though, the woodcock migration is on.
Holy cow! We saw so many woodcock.
Is it open?
Yeah, said it opened on September 20th.
Okay.
I was trying to.
Why don't you have a pile of woodcocks then?
I was trying to pull up on a few, and Tyler was trying to tell me not to. I don't know.
Oh man,
he wasn't feeling woodcock in the marsh.
They were like grouped up. They were like flocked up. They were like little teal just buzzing around. It was
Everywhere.
They were. That would have been. They were. That would have been like shooting doves, though. I mean,
Perfect.
that was. Yeah, they are just like dipping and diving all over the place. I mean,
but we had ducks working too. That was the other part of it. It was like,
Yeah.
screwing around with the
If
woodcock.
they're working,
You got all
no,
these
but if there's a
different-
5-second break, I'm shooting.
yeah.
They're delicious. I would have had to try.
And my walk paid off tonight. So we were
It
talking
did.
about my walk. So
Yeah.
we had a mallard dump into this little tiny pocket. Like, what was it, maybe 75 yards or something from us?
50 to 75. How big was the pocket that it dropped into? Jeff?
Oh, it
Like
was
the
tiny.
piece
It was
of
literally it was a puddle.
Was-
It was a puddle in the middle of a bunch of cattails. So I was like, I'm gonna go jump this thing. I gotta go over there. I can't just let this thing sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point in time, I realized, wow, Jeff always has to go for a walk in every single
Yeah.
I walked across the little pothole that we were in my waders and got up on the dry land and put a sneak on and jumped that mallard and dropped her in his tracks.
Did drop her, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that was fun. It worked out. Most of the time, it doesn't work out. It like the idea always sounds great in your head. You know,
Yeah.
you think that you'll be able to get close enough, and then
Yeah.
it just never works. But this time it
Yeah.
did.
It was thick over there. I figured she might sit pretty tight.
Yeah, and she let me get pretty close.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was fun.
That was. You should have just walked over to the X at that point in time. Stood there.
Yeah, probably.
Should have. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I'm tired though. I'm gassed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been
My prop's in rough shape from that boat ride
Oh.
back too, because the river looks like it about did when me and Matt went out that one time
Oof.
now, and
Yeah.
it
That's rough.
I had to stop like 3/4 of the way back because my arm was just dead.
Mhm.
I could barely hold on to the tiller handle, just trying to fight through all the sandbars and oh my gosh, it was rough. So we
Yep.
need some more rain. The good
We
news
do.
is though, is all the pockets like off the river are still holding plenty of water. It's just the actual main channel now is significantly low,
Getting there.
but
Yeah.
all the pockets are still full, which is good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The river keeps running. Those pockets are just hanging onto that water. I mean, we had that like 8 or 9 inches of rain. When was that? The end of August?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but it's barely rained since then.
Yeah.
The last 6 weeks.
But
So,
all that stuff is still holding on, so it's good.
yeah, it's great.
It's just a bear to get there.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know when my next hunt is, but I'm gonna be itching to go soon after tonight. So,
Yeah, it was a good time. Well, hopefully Matt can continue on the success here for the
I know.
Upduck crew tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
we'll see.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's been
I'll expect some updates on my way to work. Hopefully you got 6 birds in the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
just shoot your limit of woodies, Matt.
That is my goal tomorrow. I'm hoping there's wood ducks around. I should be in the right spot.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
It's got to be quick, so I'm not even putting decoys out on the main spot. I'm just carrying 4 decoys and a spinner into my little, it's like 50 yards behind the main channel. So hopefully that'll be just a quick in and out scout and hunt. So yeah,
So then you got to go to work. What do you do with your
do.
birds? You got a
depends.
cooler?
Sometimes I'll put them in a cooler. Depends on how cold it is. Sometimes I'll just leave them in the boat if it's really cold. Sometimes I'll just put them in a bag, throw them in the fridge, clean them up after work. Just depends.
Okay.
If I'm running ahead of schedule, I usually try to clean them out and at least get the meat in the fridge, and then I'll clean it up and bag it later. You know,
Okay.
just get the main work done early. We'll see
Mhm.
how much time I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the question for you then.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You go on an evening hunt and then you have to podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast ends. Do you clean birds at night in the dark after the podcast when you're tired, or do you put them in the fridge until the next day to clean them?
Oh, I'm thinking tonight you wouldn't have to put them in the fridge, but it's gonna be cold tonight. You'd be all right leaving them. But I'm cleaning them tonight because I'm not doing it in the morning.
that's where my thought goes.
There's a 0% chance
I'm just getting it done.
Yeah. 0% chance.
But Tyler, the girls might want to see that stud mallard that you shot.
It's true.
He shot the most beautiful hen mallard. The thing is just gorgeous.
Very nice.
Picture perfect.
I made a nice shot on that too.
Sorry for all those Drake elitists that are listening to this pod. We probably don't have too many of those, but
No. I made a really nice shot on that. I'm really proud of that shot.
that was a helicopter. He had his fastest gun in Oconomowoc going for that one.
Nice.
I'm getting the confidence back, man.
It was that third shot just sealed the deal.
There you go.
First two were a miss. Third shot got him.
That was a shot call on for strategic reasons with her birds that were not going to commit all the way. And, when I started shooting, they were going away, and I don't know how far did that bird land, Jeff? When it hit the water,
50 yards probably. Yeah.
I
Just
dumped
helicoptered that sucker. To quote Tyler himself, his third shot's his best shot. And that was on full display tonight.
There you
go. That's great. Actually, I dropped that wood duck on that third shot too, didn't I?
I think so. I didn't even hear you shoot the first two times.
You were shooting at that point, though.
I only had two shells in. I dropped two of them, and then I tried to finish one off, and I didn't have another shell in there.
Yeah.
That's such a mind that just screws with your mind all the time when you think you have a shell and you go to pull the trigger and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Good thing I dropped two in two shots because I only had two shells.
Yeah.
I missed the first time, and then I hit that bird, but it stayed up, and then I shot it. The third shot was the one that drilled it. So I have to say though, the trade that I made, the firearm exchange, it's paid off.
It's all mental.
You haven't had a single jam yet.
Mm-hmm. It is literally all mental, man. You're right. Yeah,
the shooting is mental for sure.
Yes.
The jamming aspect, though,
still don't know about that. But
but
the only Frankie owner that I know that was like, "Oh, this gun."
But now maybe you have a gun that can compensate a little bit for a poor mount.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I just it's all about the mount, bearing down on the gun. Just that's all it is. Because then if I don't bear down, I'm just shooting straight over the top.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that a lot this year so far, but I also haven't had a lot of opportunities, so hard to say.
No, you've got a slower start to the year, Matt. Time to play catch up.
Yeah. Birds need to be there though. That's the missing ticket. So kind of the missing item there.
True. They're coming. Yeah. They're coming. I bet there's gonna be a lot of people out hunting tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean everything said. There was so many reports about the migration and how crazy it's going to be tonight. I guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of guys tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they should have went out tonight.
Yeah, apparently.
I think we're the only people there.
No, we didn't hear a single shot in the marsh, which is wild. I mean, if there were people there, they didn't shoot at all.
Yeah.
Right. But that was unbelievable. I would have never expected that on the first week of the season.
Right.
But
man. Ooh. What else, gentlemen? What else?
Not too much.
That's it. Season's off and rolling. You got your migration report.
It's rolling.
It's rolling. So
Yep.
People can look forward to listening to that weekly. For at least those people that live in Wisconsin. That's a nice little briefing in terms of what's going on around the state. So unlike that DU migration map where it's just a bunch of guys yelling at each other and complaining about boat launch issues and some of those I read the reports like this has nothing to do with ducks. Like you're just yelling at the guy that beat you to the spot or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Yep. The way it's set up, we have some contributors from across the state. If you're interested, right, go ahead and reach out. The more contributors we get, the more well-rounded the report's going to be. But we're breaking the state up into 4 quadrants, and providing updates from each of those quadrants based upon bird activity, hunting conditions, hunting pressure, all that, birds observed, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's fun. Partnership with the Wisconsin Waterfowl Association. So they've been a big help with that. And we'll put those out weekly. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed and you have those pushed to your phone. I mean, it's that simple. You don't hear it if you're not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, sure.
That's it.
Sweet. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of guests coming up here the next few weeks too.
We do.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, we got some fun guests too. Lots of different topics. I'm gonna cover off on everything from dogs to someone who's an expert on the migration to taxidermy. I mean, let's go.
Yeah, taxidermy one would be cool. We haven't had a taxidermist on yet, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
No, I gotta send that invite out too. So thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Stuff. Yeah.
So,
it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and learn and listen on that one for sure.
And I think that's the big thing. Everybody, I mean, because it's not every day that you bring a bird in for a taxidermist, right? So it's not like everybody's well seasoned on how to handle a bird and get a bird prepared for the taxidermist. So I'm sure he'll have a bunch of info on that and how we should prep them and take care of them after we shoot them.
Yeah, for sure. Especially birds like I'm shooting ducks on water, so this duck is wet. How do I get it to you in really good shape?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's going to be the key. I'm not doing a ton of dry land hunts. So
yeah. How do we know, like, if a bird's too shot up, like what can be fixed, what can't be fixed? Like, that's all going to be great stuff.
So much. Yeah. So that'll be fun, but that's several weeks. So we got fun stuff before that though.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right. I don't have any Sky Blast questions, gentlemen.
No.
I do know this is short and sweet, action packed. I'm excited because I've been on like 3 really good hunts in a row. And I want to keep going.
You started out slow. You were all upset because you were having all these bum hunts and you're getting down on yourself. And now look what happens.
I was ready to put the gun away, put the dogs away, pick up the bow. And then
And now
now I'm like, man, when should I, do I take a long walk tomorrow morning? I mean, I can't, but thoughts cross my mind, I should say.
Yeah.
Fired up. Okay. Let's cut it off. We're gonna hit the stop recording button. So hopefully you enjoyed the hunting update ones. We haven't done one of these in a while. We'll do more throughout the season, but we do have a bunch of guests coming up, so probably not till November when we get the next hunting update one to dive into the details of how everybody's season is going. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully your season is off to a great start if you have seasons open by you. And then just tune in next week. We'll have more fun and more guests. And it's duck season, baby. Let's go.
Here we go.